Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are students from Jiangxing University of Science and Technology. Today we are going to show you a multicultural place full of exoticism. It is Taoyuan Zhongzhen. Do you know where Zhongzhen is? Have you ever heard of or tasted the flavor of a different kind of rice noodle, migan?
Your presentation will focus on three parts. First of all, a brief introduction to the neighborhood of Zhongzhen. Second of all, the origin of the special kind of rice noodle known as migan. Finally, the last but not the least, it is our recommendation of our migan restaurant to you. Well, let's begin now. Go.
Nearby your school, Lingdong University of Science and Technology, there is a well-known military defense village, Rainbow Village. Well, around our school, there is a famous defense village too. It is Zhongzhen, which is located in the Zhongli district of Taoyuan City. As we all know, the defense village is a place where two relocated KMT soldiers retreated from mainland China with the ROC army during the war times. There are many defense villages all over Taiwan. However, what is the difference between Zhongzhen defense village and others? I would say most of defense villages are unitary as for cultural background, but Zhongzhen defense village is diversified in cultural background. For example, the Longgang Mosque is one of the few spiritual centers for Muslims in Taiwan, which is not found in other defense villages. Most of the old generation living in Zhongzhen are originally from the border of Yunnan province of China, as well as from Burmese and Thailand. Nowadays, there's a new immigrant gathering in Zhongzhen, which makes Zhongzhen a dynamic and attractive fusion culture region.
Now let's take a look on this picture. This is one of the most distinguished buildings in Zhongzhen, known as National Flag House. It is not simply a sightseeing spot, but also a famous rice noodle restaurant. Talking about rice noodle, of course, it is made of rice, but the rice noodle of Zhongzhen is different from regular Hsinchu rice noodle. Hsinchu rice noodle is very thin, which called mifen in Mandarin. On the other hand, the rice noodle of Zhongzhen is originated from Chinese Yunnan province. It is a little bit wider and thinner than Hsinchu mifen. We call it migan in Mandarin. There are more than 40 migan restaurants in Zhongzhen. They are all very tasty and delicious. Each restaurant claims having special recipe and has their own friends.
Today we are going to recommend one migan restaurant where we can go often, Ame Migan. Ame Migan was founded 30 years ago. Their handmade migan is a little bit more solid and chewy than mifen. But migan is also able to melt in mouth and can be swallowed smoothly. As for the soup base, it's very rich but not greasy. It's because Ame Migan only uses Taiwan black pig bones and some vegetables to cook their broth for several hours. Besides, they follow their traditional recipe making seasoning, creating unique flavor of their own. The most common topping chosen is pork and liver is an egg drop. Wow, while I'm introduced, my mouth is watering and I really want to rush to Zhongzhen and to see how bold migan right now. Migan always smoothly my stomach. How about you? Would you like to try some?
In fact, Zhongzhen is not that far from Taichung. It only takes around 2 hours to get there. Therefore, it's not a bad idea to plan a one-day trip visiting there. To feel the special culture atmosphere of Zhongzhen and taste a bowl of a delicious migan. Thank you for your listening. Hope we can see you in Zhongzhen soon.